What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title called Die for the Lich. This is kind of an interesting game. It's definitely a gambling roguelite, or roguelike, whatever you want to call it. Roguelite, I suppose, since you unlock things in between runs. But I don't feel like they actually make the game easier. They just give you more options, but still not turn-based, not on a grid. So, you know, we go by the Berlin definition around here. Die for the Lich, regardless of what it is. This is one of those games where you'll sit there and you'll stare at your options for like 5 minutes being like, man, and it is a game about rolling dice the best that you possibly can to make things work out. So I figured it'd make for an interesting video even if you're not into the game, because you get to watch me suffer for the next 30 minutes with indecision and an inability to decide what I want to do next. We're going to play the game for about 30 minutes. We're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games that you would rather not play for yourself. That's also perfectly fine. You can find a link to the demo down below in the description. Anybody can play this demo. It's publicly available. And then from there, you can find a bunch of other sexy, flexy Nerd Castle links, the sexiest, the flexiest links. But let's go ahead and start the game. So at the beginning of the game, we got to do a daily run or a campaign. I'll go with the campaign for right now. I only have one character unlocked. I've only done like 1 or 2 runs, and I've gotten smashed pretty good both times. But I sort of like that. It sets up a challenge wall that I'd like to overcome. We're going to be playing as the Undertaker today. We start out with a shovel and the lid of a coffin as a shield, and then from there, I'll explain what all that stuff means once we're actually properly on into the game. And so one thing that really pops about this game is that it's a thick inkline game that looks nothing like Darkest Dungeon. Usually, when indie roguelites go for like the thick inkline thing, the game basically looks just like Barasa's art. But no, this game's got its own very, very distinct style going along with it. And we're leaving from our graveyard. So we get a starter chest over here. Let's see what we got inside of it. We'll dig that bad boy up real fast and see what treasures remain. It looks like we can get a lucky die, which will always roll what we need. That'll make sense in just a second. And then it comes with 2 bones, which allow us to subtract from the counter. Or we can take 3 coins over here, which increase our counter by 1. I sort of like what we got going on there. I like having magic dice that give me what I want. The context of that will become apparent momentarily. It doesn't really matter what we do here because we get the exact same events as we move upwards regardless of what we do. And so let's go ahead and we'll go into our first fight. So in this game, you have 3 weapon slots. You will click on a weapon. It will give you a target that you're trying to hit. If you hit that target exactly with the dice that you've pulled out of your bag, you get a critical effect that will allow you to do something extra and basically be like a force multiplier. If you go over, though, you bust, and you lose everything that you've invested in building up this counter, and you've got to start over fresh from scratch. So there's really every single attack and every single thing that you do in this game actually has a fairly large decision-making process to it. There's a lot of permutations, combinations, and number theory to think about in this game. But for right now, let's just roll a d6. We rolled a 2. Okay, I'm going to subtract 1 from that, and then I'm going to roll another d6 to optimize. Ooh, man, this is not coming out the way that I wanted it to. Okay, well, we'll just attack right there, and then what I need to do is break out my shield. We're trying to hit a 4 right here. I'm going to take that down to a -1. You can go negative, and then we didn't bust, so that's a really, really good thing, because we're about to get hit for 4. That gave us 3 armor, so we should only take 1 damage right here. I kind of, like, fiddled around too much on that one, and so we ended up taking damage, but I can live with it. Our next draw, he's got 3 damage coming on out. I'd like to deal with the damage situation first, so I'm going to roll a d4 right there. We got a 1. I'm going to take this clover. It adds 3 to our counter, so we now have a critical effect. That means that we get 6 armor from that instead of the normal armor that we would have gotten. Our shovel over here, we kind of want to roll the d8 first, so that if we're going to bust, we bust early. And I don't think I want to risk it for more damage. We've got like a 25% chance on either of those dice to get to where we're going. Now, the good news is these dice don't go away in between your turns. They stay inside your tray so that you can utilize them on the next turn, thus increasing the options that you have available. He's about to put a debuff on me. Okay, well, let's go in for a big old smashy attack here. We got our golden die, which will automatically roll a 6, so that's good. And then I can roll anything in here that I want, as long as it's a d4 or like a bone. I'm going to roll the d4. We got a 1. Of course we did. All right, well, we'll just deal the 7 damage. Block does not carry over in between turns unless you have very specific dice that cause it to carry over in between turns. What did he just do right there? Take damage equal to the next d4 roll. Okay, so we got to smoke this guy right now, and we've got to do it without using D4s. We got a 1 right there. I don't want to bust right. Oh, I have an 8 too. All right, I'll roll that. We got another 1. Fair enough. That got us where we're trying to go. I'll add the 3 from the clover, and bam! Down goes the enemy. We've taken him out. I do think they could make the camera work a little bit better here for the attacks by increasing the size of the character, zooming him towards the screen, giving him a little attack animation, holding the weapon that he actually has. On top of that, the sprite of the enemy would zoom in for that hit, and there'd be like a little bit of screen shake. There are opportunities here to make both damage received and damage dealt out feel a little bit more satisfying. I would like to see that in a finalized version, but our reward for this fight, we've got a tray-bound die. It goes back to our tray after we critically hit. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sure there's a way that I can build around that with the overall bag of just random odds and ends that I have, but honestly, I'm not experienced enough with the game to know where that would play. I guess we'll take it and we'll find out, because a +1 coin doesn't sound that useful to me right now. All right, dig up another treasure. What you got for me, baby? We've got a rusty spear, which has an 8 or a 9 target. That's a good thing and a bad thing. It can deal up to 9 damage, but that means we've got to invest a lot more rolls into it, potentially busting along the way, before we're actually going to get the full mileage out of it. We could also get a wooden shield, which will allow us to roll a D6 if we crit it out, which is better than, well, it is better than what we have right now. I'll probably take, oh, we can have a secondary shield right there. Yeah, we could do that for extra block value. We're going to be a little bit low on DPS. What does the map look like? Can I look at the map right now? I'd like to be able to look at the map right now before I pick something so that I can figure out my pathing. We also don't have an odd dice for the spear, so there are rare dice in this game that only have odd numbers on them, so they roll like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, even though they look like a D6 or whatever. So, tough call. Like I said, dude, decision paralysis. It's gonna be a part of this game if you're gonna play it. I guess I'll take the shield. We'll just take the shield for extra block. I don't like being this heavily loaded on block, but like it is what it is. We've got an elite fight right here. These are normal mobs, but they've got blood moon on them. What blood moon means is that we have to kill them with exactly their health value, otherwise they resurrect, and so we're gonna have to give that some thought as we play along too. I will go for a shield right now. I will roll my D4. We got a 3. Okay, I'll just plop that onto myself. I'll take this other shield over here. We rolled a 3 again. That's not what I'm looking for, and I can't really do much without crapping out right now. Bummer. Yeah, I guess just apply it to me. We'll mitigate as much of this damage as we possibly can. Roll the D6. We got a 5 out of there. I would have preferred to get a 6 or something a little bit lower so that I could use the clover, but like, that's life, and that's the way that she goes. We're gonna take a little bit of damage here, but we're still in it. Like, I would have preferred to not take any damage. I like being unscuffed, but, you know, scuffied we are. Let's take the shovel out first, roll the D8. Hey, we got a crit! That means we can roll an extra of really anything that we want. The D4, I suppose. We got a 7. That's not the best. We could go, well, let me see what I can hold on to here. You know what? Just one-shot the dog. Give me another 3. Bam. Down he goes. All right, so we have no attacks incoming right now, so there's no need to put up block. However, he is going to debuff on me, so we'll just wait and see what the debuff is. Take damage equal to your next D4 roll. Okay, not too bad. I think we can make that work. We've got a lot of D4s in here, and we'll want to avoid those until that debuff falls off, so we're going to end up with a big handful of D4s. But D4s in this game are kind of like your wheelers and dealers, and so I'm okay with it. Let's take this guy right here, because that means we can roll that bad boy and automatically get a critical, which mitigates his entire attack. Then we'll take our shovel. Let me throw a 6 on it. We got a crit. Okay, I can live with it. I don't want to take damage from a D4 right now, if I can help it. Will my block mitigate it? Let's find out. My block does indeed mitigate it, so that's a nice thing because I've still got a block utility up that I can potentially use, and that gives us a 13 damage attack that we can throw out, which is like ungodly damage. Throw out a D6, just see what we get. We got a 5, so we busted. All right, let's throw out a 4. We got 1 right there. Do I want to risk crapping out here, or do I want to reduce it with a bone? Can't get worse. Let's reduce it with a bone. We got the worst of both worlds, so unfortunately we're going to take a hit right here. The bones are not kind to me today. They are vicious and cruel and capricious. All right, let's roll the 8 just to see what happens. We got a 3, and we need 6 damage in order to take this guy down. We've got that right there. 5 won't quite do it. But before I overinvest in this turn, let's just make sure that we're blocked up. We got a crit right there, so that's very, very nice. That'll give us 6 armor. Good. I'll take the 6 armor. We'll soak this hit, and I got to hit him for 1. If I hit him for anything other than 1, he's going to come back to haunt me. Okay, roll the d4 on it. Hey, all right. There we go. We're good to go. Down he goes. Phew, I love it when a plan comes together, man. A plan has got to come together or you are in trouble. That's XP right there. When we level up, we get a modification to our character Risk of Rain style. So it might be like a firefly that does something, and from then on there will be a firefly flying around our head. It might be a new hat that replaces the hat that we have on. It may be like a neck chain that goes around our character. Everything does show in this game, so your character does look distinct in between runs, which I like very, very much. You guys know how I feel about that in particular. What did we get? So we've got a silver star. That lets us pull 3 more things out of the bag. Not bad. I'll take it. Fish hook. Return all objects on the board into your tray. Interesting. That gives you a board clear. I like both of these. Let's go for the board clear because getting my golden die back might be interesting. Well, let's go for the draw 3 because, like, there's nothing that I really want to get back right now to complete sort of like an infinite, and so I'll kind of leave it alone. I will take the chest over here. What you got in the chest right here? And we've got a sword, the rusty sword. You can roll a d8 from your tray if you crit it out. The small shield has an 8 on it, which would clear up a space so that we could get rid of one of these and have double weapons. That's pretty good. I like it. We'll focus on defense for right now, and we'll probably replace this guy. Yeah, let's replace that, and then we've got a shop over here. Shop's not really gonna matter. Oh, it's a blood blade. So we've got a blood blade here. Its critical is nothing because everything you play has a value of 1, but its critical is equal to your current health. It's going to cost us 29 health, so we can't take it either way or we die, but still, interesting gameplay mechanic that kind of makes you think about it. We've got battle over here. We've got an elite over on this side. I think I should probably start taking tougher fights so that we can stack up more thingies, but I'm also sort of remiss to pass a free weapon chest because we need a new weapon pretty badly. So we've got a pitchfork. The Jester's Pitchfork. Oh, we don't want to hit a crit with this because it rerolls everything on the board. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take it, but, like, I feel a little bit jumpy about what this might be. The node that was on the left, it's called a dice fusion. So when the dice fusion happens, you can combine the attributes of your dice. So if you have a dice with a special effect on it and it's like a D4 but you want it to be a D8, you could combine that like golden D4 with a D8 and chances are it become a D8 with a golden effect on it, just in case. So you get a little bit of customization there that you can play around with too. 2 white ladies, they're dealing 6 damage right now. Let's roll that. Oh, I could have rolled the golden one, man. Could have rolled the golden one, but it's okay. On the first roll, we got enough armor to eat this entire shot. Let's go for just 8 damage on top of there. Give me everything you've got. We'll go for the weaker one first. I got to draw a die, which is nice. That'll help out. Let's just soak this right here. Full blockage done. We got 7 going out on this turn. Let's see if we can get this guy spun up. So let's go for a D6. And we got a 3. I'm going to reduce that by 1. Then I'm going to roll another D6. We got a 1. Okay, that's fine. It's workable. It is workable. We've got a 3 right there. Take that down by another 1. Roll that up. We've got a 7. That'll do it. Everything landed precisely where I would have liked it to land. And then we'll just load this guy up with damage. That gave us the 8 we need to kill her, so that's going to reduce the damage even further. And then end the turn. We got 1 dice drawback right there, which is kind of nice. I still haven't pulled my draw 3 yet either. There he is. Okay, so we've got 5 damage going out. Let's throw a 3 on there, and then throw the 6. Ooh, okay. All right, all right. Throw the 4. That'll do. That's fine. I can live with it. And then this guy over here. Let me get my 3 objects from my bag real fast so that I have more options. Let's roll the 8. We rolled an 8. Okay. Interesting. I'm just going to attack. We're already covered, so, like, there's no real reason to get hyper greedy here and try to force out a result that we would have wanted. The dice are favorite. I shouldn't have said that out loud, dude. I just jinxed it. Why did I just say that out loud? I'm stupid. All right, so 5 damage going out. You just roll that 8 right there, dude. Roll that 8 right there. Actually, I should have saved it for the pitchfork so that I could. Actually, no. We don't want to land critical on the pitchfork because it would re-roll everything on the board and potentially crap us out. Okay, so with what I've got going on right now, let's get the spear loaded up. We will roll our highest dice first. That gave us a 5. If I'm going to bust now, let's bust now. Okay, that's a 3. I can live with that. Don't want to keep rolling. We'll just stretch this fight out a little bit further, play it nice and safe, and then we'll get the OTK on this next turn. So spear, get on out here, throw that right there, and doop, bye-bye. Go to sleep, little ghost. You should be resting much more than you currently are right now. Okay, so we've leveled up right here. That's a good thing. So we can get Halo. On health lost, you get a blood token of the same value. Blood tokens add their value to the counter, then destroy themselves. That is pretty good. I like that. The Oracle. At the beginning of your turn, make a die prediction. The hell does that mean? I'm going to take this one even though I don't know what it does, because this one right here kind of incentivizes me to play bad. And like, I don't know, in video games I tend to avoid options that expect me to play poorly. We'll go with the Oracle for right now. Oh look, I've got like a little flower crown in my hair. What do we get? We've got an Obsidian D8. Every single side of this die is an 8. I mean, that automatically makes the small shield crit. I have to take it, dude. I have to. We can do die for health over here. This is going to sacrifice one of your dice in order to give you the amount of health that you roll. I'm going to sacrifice a D4, I think, actually. What do we have inside the bag right now? I think we're in good shape to sacrifice a D4. And we got a perfect roll right there, so we're back up at maximum health. Hell yeah. I would like to, let's fight an elite battle maybe? Oh, I've got to do a cursed offering first. So they're going to give you a choice between two really So at this shrine, they're going to give you a choice between two really rad objects, but they're going to have a downside to them. So we could get a ghost shield. If we crit with it, every single dice on the board currently respawns as a ghost die in our tray that we can use again. However, we can only roll 5 dice on our turn. Okay. We've also got the ghost saber. If we crit with it, we can roll unlimited amounts of ghost die. So it seems like you kind of want to combo this with something else that generates ghost die. And the critical value of this is halved, which means it doesn't really matter. So it should be okay. I'm going to leave it alone, dude. I don't like taking curses in games like this unless I have a clear path in front of me. We will take an elite fight because I am curious. Oh, Nosferatu decided to slide on through, man. How you doing? You ever get around to seeing that orthodontist, dude? You should get after it, man. I know that, like, right now in the Dark Cult, they've been giving you dental coverage. That's a rare thing. You should make use of that. I'm going to roll the small shield to get an automatic 8. That way I can block all of their damage on my first go. I don't know why. What is that? Well, I don't know why this is glowing, so I'm going to find out. Huh. I don't know if it was just like a recommendation or what it was supposed to be. I'm going to reduce that by 1. That way if we roll a 4 right here, it doesn't crap me out. We ended up with a little bit less damage, but I'm cool with it. We'll deal 7 to the guy that has less HP. This guy gives us a bone every time we smack him. That's that real kinky shit right there. Blocked. Blocked. Okay, we're good to go on that side. From here... Oh, it's the prediction. It's telling me what it's going to roll. Oh, that's pretty useful, dude. I kind of like that. I don't know how I didn't connect the dots right there. Chat, I may be really stupid. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. As I get older, I realize that, like, I've always thought that I was high functioning. But anymore, I don't actually believe it. I think my bullshit facade is starting to fall. And I'm like, yo, I might actually be, like, rock dumb. Like, real dumb. Let's just get our free armor right there and our crit. I'm not going to need to block anymore. He's going to debuff me, which kind of sucks. That's kind of a dick move. Let's roll the 8 on this bad boy and see where it lands. Okay, I can live with that. Roll that. That put me on an 8. That's nice. I'll take an 8. Smack! What did you do? At the end of your turn, take 3 damage for every bone left in your inventory. Wieners, dude. Why would you do that to me? That's such a dick move. Okay, let me draw 3 objects from the bag real quick. Hopefully I don't get a bone. That would have been the worst. We got the golden die, which is great, so that should protect us right there. Draw power, man. One of the great undefeated heroes of making stuff happen in games like this. Roll the 6er, because I got to get rid of a bone anyways. Go there. We've got 2 predictions on the board, which will take me up to a 9, which is great. Smack. What's he gonna do? Cast a buff on himself? We gotta kill these guys exactly again too, because we've got a blood moon. So keep that in mind as we're planning to move forward. Not really too much we can do to get outside of that cycle. The good news is I can kill him automatically on this turn. Let me play my shield, get my automatic 8 right there, because he's going to hit for 9. This guy is about to die like right this second, so we'll just take the free 3B. The freebie 3B right there to make sure that he dies permanently and mitigates damage. Over here, we'll roll the D8, and we'll just kind of... Okay, yep. It's good enough. I mean, what am I going to do? Complain about a perfect resolution? Oh, no, the bone! I forgot about the bone that was in my tray, dude! Ugh. Well, I had plenty of ways to avoid that outcome, and instead I decided to thick-foreheadedly charge my way forward like a caveman, thinking that I was winning, and I'm no longer winning. Disappointment, despair, and sadness. We no longer have... Let me see what I get on a D4. Not what I wanted, but like the 8 that was going to come out either way is still perfectly fine. We'll just smack him for 8. It looks like he's going to cast a debuff on me. Oh, he's going to put the bone thing back on me, dude. That's what he's about to do. He's about to bone me hard. All right, so we've now been effectively boned live on camera. Let's see what we can do here. So obviously I'm going to need an automatic 8 to mitigate. We don't need to go crazy with it. So I'll probably just roll a 4 right here. I need to clear this tray out a little bit. Play those both so that we don't have the bone debuff on us. That'll take us up to a 3. I'm fine with that. That keeps us nice and free and clear. We will take a... You know, don't take the automatic 8. I gotta kill some dice out here. Yeah, that'll do her. I'll play that to get the bone out. It's a good thing we had that left over. I actually don't really need to do too much here. I'm gonna save the clover. Throw the tray-bound die. It's fine. We just got to play something, otherwise it won't let us clear the board right here. And so that should be fine. Took a little bit of smacking right there, but armor held. Of course, I drew all the bones in the world, so we'll have to deal with that situation potentially. Give me that. Play it again. Give me that. Good stuff. Hey, we unlocked something. Good for us. Unlocking things is fun. Give me the spear over here. We're going to play all the bones on it. And then I need to get up to like a 9. Roll the 6. 2, 3, 5. Okay. Take it up to an 8. Schmack him. He done been schmackemsed. We will take this bad boy over here, and I will throw... Give me 3 objects real quick. Ah! That's not what I needed. Okay. Yep, that was about it. I mean, the good news is that's all going to go into my discard, so like, it could be worse, but it could be better. Give me a 2? A 4? Even better. That'll work. Anything that clears all those bones out of my tray. Okay, big hit right there. And now we should have 2 turns to just wail on this guy. And our debuff fell off, so that's all magic and gold. I'm going to hold on to that so that I can block with it. We rolled a 2 right there. We've got a 1 and a 5. Go ahead and just throw those out since we know the result. Smack him. And then we'll end the turn because I don't need to block up right now anyways. So we might as well keep this thing carrying through quickly. Drew a few more on that side. He's going to do 14. Doesn't matter because my sexy 8 shield over here is just, man, this entire build right now, just carrying. Carrying real hard. We need to deal 7 damage. So we need a 7 to be on here. Let's go for, just roll, see where we end up. We've got a 1. We've got a 1. Okay. We got a 6 right there. the 6, we can go 2 bones, then play an automatic 3. Boop. Bye-bye. It's really coming together right now. This is really working out very, very well. You should have seen my last run, dude. It was catastrophic. It was kind of like trying to watch a brick swim. It was real ugly. What you got for me? The Ghost Tooth. For the highest rolled die on the board, roll a ghost die with the same value. Kind of situational. So as far as I can tell, this automatically triggers critical state. I mean, it guarantees we'll have a lot of block, and if I can get a weapon to replace this shield right here that actually gets a benefit from hitting its critical criteria, would be really nice to have. This guy right here, I'm not actually sure how it works. For the highest rolled die on the board, roll a ghost die with the same value. That kind of makes me nervous, so like, that feels like it's going to make the game complicated if it works the way that I think it's going to work, so I'm just going to take the ring. We've got one more fight left in front of us, and then we can trade some die for health, but it's going to have to do it for the moment. And we got a bunch of ghosts and, I don't know, some kind of Sam Squanch over here that appears to be going through like a mental health emergency. We've got 5 damage going out, so let's see if we can mitigate that first. There's a 3. That's good. We've got a 1 right there. We've got a 4 right there, possibly. There we go. Good stuff. We're all set up and ready to go. Let's roll these bad boys. Gonna be pretty hard to crap out on this, so, like, let's just take the damage for now. Smack! Oh, yeah, I forgot. They give me a bone whenever I hit them. That's right. These ghosts need Jesus. What do you just do? Have curse. Half the critical value of this weapon. Okay, that's fine. I'm not that worried about it. Shield! Save me from my inability to plan properly. Yeah! Alright. Alright. I'll take that. Let's get our spear out real quick and see if we can get rid of some of this damage. Hey, we've got a solid 8 right there. Trigger critical state if not in failed state. Yeah, we're not in failed state yet, but I don't want this to trigger critical state. I'm actually kind of curious. Okay, well, I'll just use my 3 right now so that I at least did something on this turn. But I guess it re-rolls it as a 0, I suppose. That's good information right there. I was kind of scouting out how that object used before, how it works before we end up in a horrible situation, because to my mind, it would automatically give me a 10, and then nothing would re-roll, so it was just a free 10 damage. Instead, there was no dice on the board to be re-rolled, thus, it couldn't decide on its critical state. And so it was a little bit smarter than I thought it was going to be. Ooh, this is a tricksy turn. This is a tricksy, nasty turn. Okay. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on here. It wasn't even the spear. So it just automatically puts this into crit state so that you can do whatever it was that you were going to do with it. So, like, we'll take that 3 right there. Okay, I get it now. I get it. I've locked it in. I am going to need another crit, though, to keep myself alive here because there's, like, 17 damage going out. We've got a 6. We've got a 1. So let's see what we get right here. 4. Not great. Not great. But I can apply a 6 right there, which works out pretty... Didn't need a 6, actually. This would be one of those cases where having a second weapon would have really been a good idea. All right. Well, we're good on damage for right now, so let's end the turn. Okay, okay. He's going to do that curse thing again on us, which is going to kind of suck. I think he kind of needs to go. That's the vibe that I'm getting right now. Give me a 8 on that. Give me a 9 right there. Just to hurt her a little bit. That could not have worked out more fantastically. Oh, I was supposed to be smacking him. God, dude, I'm bad at games. Alright, curse me up, daddy. Oh, he did the same shield! Yay! I thought I was going to be operating with multiple cursed items in my inventory, dude. I was about to be very, very depressed. Let's see what we've got here. So I got to mitigate a lot of damage right now. We'll take the 8. I will throw that back out. That's a 6 and that's a 3. Not enough to go off of, unfortunately. Well, I do have -1s, so that probably would have been good. But we'll throw that guy in there because we know he's going to be a 6. And he's going to go back to my tray because I critted, so I didn't actually lose that. We'll have to see what the prediction is on our next go. But we should be blocked up right now. Do I have anything that gets me to a 9? Not really. Roll the 6. We got a 5. That's okay. Give me a 3. Give me a... You know, I should probably not tempt fate here. Screw it, baby. Send it. We're blocked up. I don't care. I care. Okay, I take it back. I care. I care, and I'm sorry. Give me all 3 right there, and then I don't have anything predictive on here right now. What do we get from that? A 4. Okay. Give me that. Roll that. Okay. If I had one more bone, I could make this work. Alas. You know what? We'll just have the fight go on a little bit longer. I'm trying to get out, like, the perfect result here, and I don't think that I actually need to. We're already blocked up for the next turn, so there's not going to be much that they can do to me here. Let's get the 8 right there. Cool stuff. We will add 3 to the counter on this one, I think. And then we'll get that blocked up again. God, dude, getting these 2 rigged D8s was, like, the best thing that ever happened to me, dude. Like, absolutely fantastic. We rolled a 7. All right, dude. Blocking is working right now. We've got a 3 right there. Let's roll and kind of see what we get. A 1? Actually, a 3 works right there. I'll take that. Bye-bye. Another one down. The amount that we need to block turn over turn has gone down pretty aggressively. If I could find a trinket that lets me keep my block, we'd be in great shape, too. We've got a 2 right there. Throw out the 2. Give me a -1. Give me an 8. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to happen. We don't need to do anything right here because he's not attacking. Cursed my shield again. Okay. I got another bone, so we're actually going to run probably that exact same op that we did before. No, we're not. Never mind. We're going to block up real quick twice. Okay. Looks good to me. Give me a 6. Give me a 6. Okay. Give me a 4. Give me a 3. Things are really coming up Splattercat right now, dude. I feel like everything, including video games, has been all bad luck all day long for me lately. And today, this game is trying to prove it differently. From the way that my practice run went, I figured I was going to get smoked on camera and everybody's going to mock me viciously. But instead, this is actually going excessively well. We got 3 right there. I'll keep the 1, and let's just take that up to a 7 so that we're blocked up. Oh, he's only got 3 left, dude. I could have just killed him. All right, give me the 4. There you go. What do I get? The cross necklace. Heal 3 health on killing an enemy. That's quite good. A legendary ghost mask. Create a ghost D4 in your tray whenever you hurt an enemy. I could do that. The healing's nice, but yeah, let's get the ghost mask. And look at that. We're wearing a little ghost mask right now. What you got for me? A spiked die. Can always be rerolled, but you will take a damage. But that's mitigated by the amount of block that I can produce with my current setup and that right there. So I think that's actually not a bad take. I think that'll be all right. I don't need to sacrifice a die for health right now. I guess it does replace one of my D4s. Did I pull one of those default D4s? Yeah, sacrifice that real quick. Because we just replaced a D4, and I'm trying to keep my so-called deck nice and clear right now. Boss battle. Okay, so we've got deers. It doesn't look like they hit too hard. What do they do? Add 1 to your current attack, or add 1 to their current attack when you roll a D4. Okay, so D4s are like the danger zone right now. We don't want to play around with those if we can help it. Like, we would prefer to avoid rolling D4s, even if it means we take a small amount of damage. Let me see what I get out. It's going to behoove us in this battle to have a lot of things in here that are not D4s. Like, we want to avoid rolling those at all costs. So roll them right now just to get them out of our possession. That gets us enough blocks straight off top, so we actually top-decked out the result that we wanted. This guy right here, we've got enough to put a 9 on it, so let's put 9 on it. Okay, 9's on it. I think we got to eliminate his deer first. Oh, the curse stays? Oh, that sucks. What'd you just do? Oh my god, the Jester's curse. Oh, the debt curse. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, that messes with all kinds of things that I was excited about. Okay, well, so first things first. Let's see if we can even some of this out and at least kill him. We can. Oh, dude, no, did it curse my weapon again? What just happened? Oh, we can actually eliminate the curse by utilizing the item. Okay, so it's not permanent. Never mind. That doesn't hurt as bad as I thought. And the curse, I guess, it weakens every time we use the weapon. This guy over here, we're just going to take the flat 8 right now to block up. I have no attack left, so just let it ride. All right, that's good. That's very, very good. He's going to block up for 7. He's going to hit me for 1. So this would be a turn in which I would want to play my D4s just to get them out of hand. So out of hand, out of sight, out of mind. Let's just play them until we have enough block to get rid of him because I'd like them to go back into the bag. We've got a lot of D4s happening right now. And then on this side, I am going to save. He's only going to go up by 1 damage if I do this. So we should still have enough block. I'll roll an Ocho right there, and we did get the Ocho out, which is really nice. I do not want to crit this out, but I can take it up to a 9 because I need to weaken my curse, like, really badly. My weapon right now is pretty severely weakened compared to what it used to be. 11 damage and 1. That should be easy enough to deal with. Let's go for, first and foremost, let's play the Ocho right here. We got a 6. That's good. We got a 6 right there, which is also good. Man, everything coming up Splattercat right now. We are going to need to block him off, though, before things get worse. And now we've freed up our D4s for usage without any penalty. So we'll play that like so. We're all blocked up. We're ready. I need to use this even when I don't need it in order to, like, fix it. Just in case I do end up needing it. You're going to cast a buff on yourself? Not if I have anything to say about it. You better knock that off. We can done deal that right this second. We've got a ghost die over here. Don't need that around. Couple of 4s. Yeah, get both those 4s on deck. When hurt, discard an object from the tray. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Throw that out. I will play you. Oh, we crapped. That's right. Okay. Gotta clear my dice. That gives me a 2 right there. That's good. I just gotta use this thing so that the curse goes away on it. I don't need it right now, but I might need it someday. That makes those cursed items a lot more interesting, too, if the curse falls off through usage. Huh. So you're purifying them. Okay, I learned something. We should have taken the ghost sword and replaced this guy with it or something. That would have been better. I still have an attack on deck, so we're good to go right there. Give me the 8 and the 1. Good stuff. Oh, he stole one of my dices. Party foul committed. Man over here looking like Rob Zombie right now. About to dig through the ditches. He gonna hit us with that dun 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 dun. Let's go. Let me see what I can fish for here. I got a 2. That works. I got a 1. That also kind of works. I got a 4. Wow, dude. Okay, so, like, dice? What's going on right now? What's up? Look at all these 1s right here. You're looking like me when I play D&D right now. What are all these 1s? What are these 1s that are happening? Oh, man. Hate that. That's a tough... Oh, it actually... I mean, it sucks. It's not great, but we can still make it work right now with our predict... Wait, what? Well, that gave me a 1. Didn't it have a 4 predicted on it? Or did it not have the thing behind it? Jesus. All right, just add 3. Okay, so there's a usage. And we got to do this whole... We got to do this whole thing again. So, like, roll a d4, I guess. Hey, we purified our shield. Get wrecked, you big greasy dork. Get reconated. All right, so we'll go 6 right there. We'll go 6 right there. I need a tray to get... I'm going to... Oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Just re-roll everything real quick. Okay, so critical values equal to 5. Let me pull some more stuff from my bag. We did pull that out, which is nice. Okay, Man, this guy just stealing my dice right now, dude. Never invited back to the game shop. That's what I say for you. Never invited back. Revoke the man's membership. He's just going to block right here. I'm cool with that. Give me an 8 and give me a 1. We'll keep that damage flowing. And then I don't really actually get the curse off this guy right here. Okay. Curse has been removed. And 17 damage. I believe he may be upsetty spaghetti, my friends. I think he might be a little cranky. Let's throw the ghost die. That's a 1. Throw that. That's a 5. That gives us a 3. Let's go. All right. I'm going to have to play my shield one more time for really whatever we get out. It doesn't truly matter. Cool. He's all blocked up, so just like throw some bones, man. You got 5 right there. Throw another 3 on it. No more shield for you. Okay, we should have some unadulterated time to smack this guy in the dome from here. So throw those out. 1. That's a 5. A 6. Roll that. Add that. We're getting there, dude. My man has a lot of HP, but we're getting there. $17 on this one. But we don't have any outstanding curses that we have to deal with, so like... No! I got ahead of myself. I got greedy. Rolled a 8. Gave me an 8. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I'll take it. I'll do 8 right there. If we can get a 9 lined up on the next turn, we should have him aced. Okay. Let's see if we can... Oh, we can eke out a kill automatically right here. Good. I like automatic kills. They're the best kills. We've killed the Anku, which means we've unlocked the second character. For this demo, do we get to go to Act 2? Game over. So we've unlocked a odd die. It is an 11-sided die. Oh, it's a D20, but every result is always odd. Okay. And we got the Blood Blade. We've got a golden 10 die, which always rolls what you need. We've got a bone die. We get a bone every single time we roll it. And we've also got the crystal ball over here. It will predict 3 random dice rolls inside of your tray. That's great. We've got a crystal die right here. Predicts the roll of a random die inside of your tray. That's fine. I mean, it's a D10 that when you roll it, you get some kind of additive benefit out of it. A leather die. And so draw 1. Oh, we get a free die. So that's draw power right there whenever we roll that. And then return to tray. That's the same thing as the D6 that we already had. That one right there. You can add it to a critical hit. Ooh, okay. I see what you're playing around with. We got all kinds of goodies inside of here. We also got, if there's a bone in your tray, you can destroy it to reroll any die. That's pretty cool. We've got the cross dagger. You can roll a single bone die when you land on the crit with that. We've got the old Bible. Draw once from the discard bag on crit. Okay, that's interesting. And then we unlock Dante. Fair enough. I like it. I've done about 3 runs, and I think the game's great. I think this is fantastic. It's a casino roguelite, which usually I don't like, but I think this one's got all the pieces in the right place to be a big hit. I think people are really going to like it. I'll see y'all later. Take care, folks. It's time for me to go. This is Die for the Lich.